Welcome to Kikogona program. I am Monafi Gĩkũyũ from NGS, and today we are looking at a very important thing, the need to address immorality in Kenya, because you can see in Kenya we are having chaos, riots, we have a lot, even people who are looting, because now in the creation, the reason why you see many Kenyans are weak, and when I say Kenyans are weak, for me I'm not saying about the physical weakness, no, I'm saying even about the mental one, because now colonization was twice. There was a physical colonization where they had our lands and we not have a right. They even used to go to houses, taxing people, doing a lot, even raping. They are evil people, the Europeans. They will never be forgiven for slavery and colonial atrocities. You cannot despise people that much, and you have not even created them. As the way you are even feeling yourself, it's not because of the other things you presume, because all those Europeans are shenanigans, even those GDP and whatever, even money, even the concepts, they can't help you. The reason why the people we have not yet achieved is because people are not embracing their cultural heritage. This is very important. I can tell you for sure, if you want now to make Kenya great, is about indigenous restoration, because creation, the earth, it's not there because of humans, or because of anyone, or because of a country, or because now people are fighting the creation, but now evil people, because people are energy and everything is energy in the creation actually. And there is always vibration, because there are always activity happening, even for you when you are not controlling them. Even when you eat food, you are not the one controlling this, and they are, because your body is given a soul, given intelligence, there is a lot. The way you are feeling yourself, even the way you are raising your heart and doing things, is because you are enabled. And the enabler, dwells and lives in Mount Kirinyaga, in a spiritual dimension. Remember, God is not only there, because not no aspect of space, because God's matter are not humanly, they are heavenly. There is no aspect of space, no time, no gravity. So for me, I'm telling you, I'm commissioned to do what I'm doing. So I hope Mwenenyaga, the real guy, because after graduating, for me, I was investing in Gĩkũyũ Spirituality. I used to love African things. I used to pray while facing Mount Kenya. I had a Kigogona where I was living. I was a comrade, and now even this now started giving me now wisdom, transforming, and it was now very great. So when I was praying facing Mount Kenya, there is a reason for everything. The reason why you are removing the shoes, because you cannot step at Kigogona with the shoes. That is why you see Moses was told to now remove the shoes, but the church cannot know why for real. Because it was because of radiation, so that the radiation can be asked. Because when you are coming to God, there is radiation involved, and melanin is vital for absorption. But you can see some people despising black people, and they don't have melanin. It's unfortunate, because now people are not talking the truth. Even the map is not drawn well, so even psychologically people are affected. We have a lot to fix. So for me, I can urge Kenyans, we need to come together and now talk about indigenous restoration, know what was there. And when you compare, you see now we are not even going to the right direction, because I'm telling you, even those when you are not loyal enough, because in Kenya people get bribed. Even the British monarchy, they did not live now like that, no, and they use even the embassies. It doesn't mean that those Europeans are higher than us or whatever. Every country is at a group, and all resources are God-given, not because of people. But in Kenya, people are captured. And I'm telling you, no one is entitled to sin, regardless of who you are, even if you are a king or whatever. There are people who lie to themselves, they are kings, but they are not, because you are not even royal. Or the other things are not the one making you royal. Creation is about the energy, even the hidden thing is there. All the evils committed by the Britain, they are there as energy. In the cosmos, even the US. And they will be terminated. Let me tell you. Because now, let me tell you, Europeans come from Sodom and Gomorrah destruction, the ones who survived. And remember, God knew there will be survivors. And you can see for real, when evil people are given opportunity of the creation, they will do evil. And you can see they can pretend. Even the US making viruses. COVID-19 was from the US, Harvard University. Even Trump, the commander-in-chief, the first term, he was the one who released the virus, because for them they despise black people. They call Africans, they are useless eaters, but they are useless, because even for them they are doing things because of being created. It doesn't mean that they are higher the way they are claiming, and now you believe it because of Mount Kenya. Mount Kirinyaga restricted the US military from overthrowing the government of Kenya and bombing Nairobi. You know, even if you have done that to Libya and Iraq and Iran, you cannot do it everywhere. In Kenya, that is where guys are boarding. And you are doing things because of being enabled, not because of yourself. When you die, you realize you will be a spirit and you occupy the whole universe. But then when you are not doing good things, you are useless, because now you are not doing because of yourself. Actually, even if you are doing evil or good, you are doing because of being enabled. But then God loves those people who do good, because you are not supposed to sin. Because for when you come to God, it's not about the material things, because of all resources within yourself. For you even though you don't know the elements well, because even the education in school is controlled. We need to scrutinize even the education for us to have a bright Kenya and a good Kenya. This nation was liberated by Mau Mau through bloodshed. They had a covenant with Mwenenyaga. The Mau Mau war was a psychic war, not ordinary. They were metaphysical things. They were like you know, Britain don't talk the truth, but it doesn't matter. What matters is the fact and the truth. Because, you know, Mwenenyaga and Arika Mogwaja held Mau Mau liberated, and the flag, there were rituals performed to the flag. Kenyatta was commissioned prior, let me tell you. He was knowing he would be president because he was promised by Mwenenyaga. You know, everything is God-given. So now when we come to God, we have people who are not actually not knowing God, even not knowing the cosmos, the outer space. They think they know God. They don't. They are useless. Even those churches. That's why I started my legal pursuit for them to be prohibited, to be criminalized. Because they're not even helping the Kenyan child know the real God. Because now the real God is energy abiding in a mountain. And remember, for me, I am not in depths because I got captured. So I'm commissioned and prepared to do what I am doing. I'm not even risking anything. I have a metaphysical, I have Kabbalah, metaphysical things. Because I'm telling you, even those people who are doing evil, even those who can do evil, they will do that because of being created, not because of themselves. And I'm telling you, there are limits, because now you are using all resources of God, God-given. Because life is about God, about Mwenenyaga, about Guy. The name is changing according to how God manifested. When you go to Islam, you hear the Allah, because Muhammad was captured by a real angel. Angels are 7. Angels are like God, like Guy. And for me, I have angels every time. The 7 angels of creation. And even for you don't know, because you know the Bible was infiltrated, they removed the one where people could know God well, so that to enable their evil regimes and pretend they are higher in helping us, but they are not. They are useless because they are faking. And it is so unfortunate. So for me, I would tell Kenyans, it's time for us to embrace the indigenous things, because I'm telling you, there's no difference between even billion years ago and even future. Because it is about God. It is guy who has enabled everything. It's about enablement, not because of people. So even they don't have the authority to tell us we are that or poor, we are not. When we come together, we realize who we are, and the spirit of our forefathers will help us achieve. And Kenya will be a superpower in the 21st century. The need to address immorality in Kenya. Communities in Kenya were pure before colonial infiltration. Kenya was colonized by Britain. Britain committed unforgivable atrocities in Kenya. The painful voices of the victims are in the cosmos. Indigenous spirituality and cultural heritage were altered to enable colonialism. Churches were brought to enable colonialism. Churches are not pure. We have immorality in idolatry and witchcraft. Churches are part of idolatry. Churches are not aligned with the real divinity. The Creator Abode in Mount Kirinyaga in a spiritual dimension. The Creator manifested as Mwenenyaga to AGĩkũyũ. People were created in communities. AGĩkũyũ community was the first to be created. Gĩkũyũ spirituality is the oldest form of spirituality. Witchcraft uses the negative spirits. Negative spirits are used in negative altars in witchcraft, uganga, illuminati, and freemasonry. Evil rituals lead to a curse and termination. Sinning is abominable and futile. Mwenenyaga prohibited sinning. Obeying Mwenenyaga enables survival in the creation. Mwenenyaga is the supreme authority. Corruption and looting. Corruption and looting are rampant in Kenya. Corrupt Kenyans are bribed to enable infiltration and foreign programs. Mwenenyaga will kill corrupt Kenyans and cleanse the government of Kenya. Cosmic changes in the 21st century will terminate evil regimes and unclean people globally. Creation purity will be restored. Homosexuality and prostitution. Homosexuality is abominable. Homosexuality led to the destruction of Europeans in Sodom and Gomorrah. The survivors of that destruction lost melanin and divine connection. Europeans had dark skin before Sodom and Gomorrah destruction. Melanin is vital in radiation absorption. Prostitution is abominable. A human body is pure in the womb. Mwenenyaga commanded maintenance of purity. Sex is holy and meant for procreation, Jehovah. Prostitution and homosexuality make the body unclean. A human body is a shell that is formed after a soul allocation. Kenyans ought to embrace indigenous spirituality and cultural heritage. Evil regimes have destroyed the natural environment. We should research and restore indigenous spirituality, culture, medicine, and trees. The government of Kenya is mandated to protect Kenyans from harm and infiltration. Thy, Ngai, Thy.